Hello there, my beautiful Leos, and welcome to or back to your channel. It is bonus reading time. This is your reading for career and finance for July 2026. We step into July in 24 hours, and I was going to do a daily, but then I was like, you know what? No, something was calling me to do a career and finance reading for you before the month starts, even though it's coming through in 24 hours. But whatever, let's get started and into it. We are going to see what number Spirit is highlighting for you for the whole month of July connected to your career, finance, money. And your number is 21 with I am inspiring. This is a really good number to get connected to career and finance. You are highly creative with a strong will to succeed. Your imagination is highly charged. It reveals itself in everything you do, from your sparkling conversation to your most prized projects. All right, so your work, your energy, your aura, what you put out there, what you create, the ideas that you have, the service you provide is going to be very inspiring to people this month. Now, some of you are stepping into doing something new. Maybe you think about adding something new. Maybe you're feeling the need to shift things here and there. But whatever you do decide to do, whatever strong ideas come your way around this time, the universe is guiding you to work with them. Get them into reality, get them into your life, get them into your services, get them into what you do for your work, because you will directly be inspiring other people. So the fact that you have this affirmation towards money, like I said, is very favorable because the one thing that really stands out with career, finance, entrepreneurship, however you stabilize yourself in the material world, a lot of the times people will pay you for your assistance, for your ideas, for your conversation. This card specifically says that here. So some of you could receive compensation just from being somebody who speaks to other people in whatever way, shape, or form. So if there could be a way that you do that in the month of July, that could be very favorable to your abundance. The angel that is with you for career and finance, oh wow, is the loved one in heaven. Thank you, loved one in heaven, for drawing close at this time. So I actually wasn't expecting you to get the loved one in heaven angel, but this card is going to come through when you have been calling on to divine assistance. Specifically, you may have been asking a passed on loved one, like, show me the way. How can I create more abundance? What should I do? What should I release? Like, what's holding me back? So if you have been specifically praying to somebody that is individualized to you on the other side, you know, this is not just a general angel. This angel is somebody that you know and only you are aware of. So this loved one is in heaven is coming through, and they're saying, Leo, I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to help you. I'm going to make things obvious. I'm going to bring you signs. I'm going to show you synchronicities. They are very close to you around this time. Some of you may feel an angelic presence, but they are actually guiding you in the material world and guiding you towards your abundance. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the signs you see. You know, you may see this person's name. You may see a specific number. But I actually really love that. It's unexpected for me, but I really love seeing that. You have a specific loved one in heaven that's like, I'm here, Leo. I'm helping you. Specifically with your career, finance, and abundance. You also have the energy of, okay, you know, it's like they know it's a money reading. It's like they know it's a finance reading. Sun in Capricorn. Status. Literally. Work diligently towards your goals. So, Sun in Capricorn, ruler of the 10th house, you are raising the bar this month, or you're being asked to raise the bar this month, to put in a focused energy towards your goals, because it looks like in this month of July, you not only have the willpower, the strength, and the courage, and the inspiration, but you also have an angelic presence that's helping you with this. So when this card comes through, you may be reaching a new status in your world, whether you get a raise, a promotion, a different role at a job, a new job. Some of you may also be stepping into a energy of making more money than you have been making. Some of you may receive a payout in July or something in July that feels like it's extra or it's more than you are used to making when the Sun in Capricorn energy comes through. We just had a full moon in Capricorn, so there could have been some type of work shifts that has already happened that has been preparing the energy for the month of July here, especially because that full moon in Capricorn happened at the end of June. There's some type of raising the bar energy towards your career, your status, your money, your abundance that's happening in July, that this full moon in Capricorn, if it shifted anything for you in terms of career, it was purposeful because of what's coming your way this month. So let's see what else you got going on here. We have the sword. Yep. Money conflicts, cutting corners, law and order, breakthrough, defense, being fired. I'm telling you, if you had gone through some issues with a job recently or had to shift something or had to change something, maybe you left, maybe you got fired, the universe is like, well, you weren't going to rise up there. We had to create that energy. There was that conflict on purpose. Now, for some of you with the sword coming through, I'm not surprised that you have the sword because you have the loved one in heaven. If you got any other angel, I'd be like, all right, things are flowing pretty decently. But the fact that you got the loved one in heaven shows me that there is such a strong energy of assistance and support that's trying to come through for you on a angelic presence level. So when that happens, it shows me that, all right, it's probably needed for some type of reason. With the sword, you have the crown. Beautiful. Overcoming obstacles, literally. Money conflicts followed by overcoming obstacles. Power play, wealth, career, owner, boss, taking charge and making progress. Yeah, so this month of June, it may have been a little bit off. It may have been a little bit, you know, picking pennies, feeling like you just have enough. But in the month of July, there is some type of overcoming obstacles connected to these conflicts that surround you with money. You're finally going to make progress financially or in a career sense that you have been waiting to make. All right, there's your flying card there. From the Angels of Abundance, your advice card is, it is safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. Yes. So be open to receive. You know, that makes so much sense because if you see the sword energy, the swords are crossed, which symbolically shows some type of block of receival. So now the fact that you have, it is safe for you to receive from the Angels of Abundance. That's really what they want you to step into. Do not be scared of abundance. Do not be scared of wealth. You know, I work a lot with energy work people that is connected to a lot of money things. And I always give them that one exercise. I think I did the exercise in the last money reading, but maybe you didn't watch it, so I'll do the exercise again. When you think about money, what is the first word you think of? Sometimes people go right to, you know, something positive. You know, money equals freedom. When I first did this activity on myself, I said money equals work. And I was like, oh, we got to change that. Because then that means that I always have to be working or overworked to be in receival mode. So the thing I go towards is money equals freedom. It kind of gives it a broader sense of energy. So when you think of money, what do you first think of? You know, there's other layers to that as well. Sometimes people are not as open to receive out of fear of like, well, Miss Machiste, if I become a millionaire, then everyone's going to want something from me. That's your block. If I win the lottery, everyone's going to want a piece of it. That's your block. If I make more money, the IRS is going to want more from me. There's your block. So really try to figure out where you could be blocking your energy to receive. And it looks like this passed on loved one is here to help you do that. And I love that you have the sword followed by the crown, because those energies coincide with each other, where the crown shows you getting out of that sword energy. So let's see what you have from overall energy from the tarot. You have nurture with the Empress, card number 3. Beautiful. This is a great card to get overall. And you have card number 21. 2 plus 1 does equal 3. 3 is that energy of body, mind, and soul, the Trinity, being so aligned within yourself that you are open, that you are available, that you are in receival mode, and you are not doing anything to block yourself. So there's definitely some obstacles and some blocks around money that are going to be lifted this month for you. You know, the Empress is one of the, if not the, most abundant card in the deck. So I definitely feel like there is some beautiful progress for your career and finances this month of July. You know, Jupiter did move into Leo, so there definitely could be some luck you feel financially this month as well. But let's clarify that and open up your spread. On the Empress, you have the Fool. There you go. There is new beginnings. There are leap of faith type of energy for you to step into this month. You know, some of you may be finding yourself taking a risk on yourself, or maybe doing something differently, or giving something a chance to show you it could be abundant for you. But there is a new path for you to make dollars. There is a new path for your abundance to grow. What's coming your way? The Two of Swords. I mean, hello. This is literally the exact card here. So the fact that this is what's coming your way, we kind of already were talking about Two of Swords energy because of the way that card is symbolized. And this is that energy of not knowing what's blocking you, because you're not seeing it clear. But that's exactly what this passed on loved one's coming in to do. They're helping you take off the blindfold, and they're like saying, Leo, this is where you're blocking your receival. I'm going to show it to you very specifically. And, you know, when we sit in the Two of Swords energy, you know, there's only 2 cards that are blindfolded in the tarot. It's the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So when you get that blindfolded card, it shows me that there's something that's a possibility that's right in front of you. You're either A, super indecisive on it, or just haven't seen it just yet. It reminds me of that tea leaf of the money path that says a money path is waiting for you to find it. So let's see. In your influence is the Emperor. So if you're already not in a position of making your own being your own boss, being an owner of something, I don't know, there could be something that you're good at doing. The Emperor could also be you connecting to a really good employer, a really good boss. You could be attracting in somebody that can match your abundance. You have the Emperor and the Empress, so there could be some type of collaborative thing for you in terms of career and money this month. You could be collaborating with a fellow boss, if you are one, whatever the case may be. There could be a lot of energy towards networking. Your unexpected energy is the Seven of Swords. Yep, you're going to figure out exactly what has been blocking your receival and exactly what you need to stop avoiding, what you need to start avoiding thinking about. It's some type of belief system you have, because there are sword energies here, which indicate the mind. Your advice is the Strength card. So you have the strength, you have the willpower, you have the courage to get what you want. But you must believe that. I feel like for some of you too, hold on, let me just get the outcome. Your outcome is the Knight of Swords. Oh, good. I like this card, that being here, especially since we see that your issue is some type of connection towards a belief system or some type of thoughts connected to money. Okay, I feel like there's this thing here, and I don't know if I'm going to explain it greatly, but let's just try. I feel like there are things that you want to do. You know there are things that you're good at. You know there are things that are just waiting for your energy to be present for. But I feel like, you know, when people have that thing where it's like, don't turn a passion into a business because then you'll lose the passion. Does that happen? Yeah. Does that happen to everyone? No. And there are ways for you to connect and disconnect from that, right? So I feel like there could be something about your attitude towards work, or your attitude towards maybe having to pay money or having to make money or having to pay bills. And the universe is kind of just like, it's a thing. It's here. Why are we going to add more stress to it? Ask yourself, where am I? When I think about, oh, I got to go to work, what part of you is, where are you stemming from? You're probably stemming from an energy of something that is confining you, right? That lower energy of vibration that just feels like, oh, I just don't want to do it, or I just don't want to be there, or I just don't want to this, or I just don't want to that. Usually, especially when you do energy work, usually your attitude towards something is half of the issue. And when you give it more of that, like, no, I like doing this, I love doing this, I, give it a different narrative, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Some days you'll wake up and you'll be actually like, oh, I'm excited to go. I want to see what happens today. Like this, that, and the other. I want to see who I'm helping today. I want to see what these new clients are giving me, or this, that, and the other. So it's something about, like, I feel like there's a mental attitude shift that could be favorable for you, which it does show it's available to happening because you have the Knight of Swords here. If I'm going to look at a reading and see you cutting through a thought process you shouldn't cut through, I'm looking for the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords. So you have the Knight in your outcome, which is a good sign. So let's see. The Two of Swords of what's coming your way with the Ten of Wands, the Empress, there it is, the Four of Swords, and Judgment. So you're going to be asked to make a choice. Do I open up to this receival? Do I put in the work? Because you're going to have to, you have Sun in Capricorn. It literally says work diligently towards your goal. So this is going to require effort out of you. But here you are with the Four of Swords, where you may be comfortable in what you have been doing, but there's more available to you. And it may seem a little bit at first, but I promise you, it looks like you're shifting perception of it, and you may just feel more fueled by it than drained by it. Ten of Cups, there you go. So where you perceive being annoyed by something or frustrating about the effort you have to put in or the time you have to put in or this, that, and the other, there could be a surprising turnaround for you where you're actually like, you know what? I figured out a way to make this fill my cup. On the Emperor with your energy. Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, nice, Nine of Cups. So there is a lot of rewarding energy for you in July. But the Emperor makes moves. The Emperor doesn't think, my time and energy. The Emperor knows my time and energy will create for myself. And there looks like there could be certain people around you that you may inspire. Somebody may even like ask you, like, hey, Leo, I want you to teach me what you know. Would you take on a person that wants to learn from you? I'll pay you. I want to learn what you know so I can incorporate it into what I do. So there could be people here that actually want to give you revenue for your ideas, your mind, your just talking to you, just getting maybe counseling from you. And with the Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and Nine of Cups, it looks like there is some type of progression to your patience towards abundance. So I feel like there is some type of wish fulfillment connection to money this month. I mean, you do have the Crown, you have the Empress here twice, you have very abundant cards coming through. You know, the Nine of Pentacles and your influence shows that you're in the position of a reward for money and career. The Seven of Swords of what's unexpected, you have the Three of Wands. Beautiful. So this card is turning their back on something. And whatever is making you feel unsafe to receive, you are going to surprisingly figure it out this month. Or at least, you know, sometimes we figure that things out, but it takes practice. There's no way you can turn off a belief system in 24 hours. Once it becomes in your awareness, Practice, 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 practice cutting off those thoughts right when they come your way. And the Fool. There you go. So there's an unexpected new path. But it's going to require you to take the leap. The Fool has to jump into the energy. The Fool's not going to get pushed into the energy. It has to actually jump into it. So no one's going to push you here. You have to be the one to jump in. On the Strength card in your advice, we have the Page of Wands, we have the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Yeah, there is something that excites you. There's something that fuels you that can create abundance for yourself. And I know some of you may have that back thought of, well, I love it now. What if I don't love it later? Or I have this now. What if it gets overwhelming? Like, remove the what ifs and just be in the now. Because this month of July will surprise you in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like if you are an employer and you've been looking for like a really good employee or maybe someone to network with or to come into business with, you may find that person this month of July. And you may feel like your passed on loved one brought you this employee or brought you this networking opportunity or brought this person to you. Knight of Swords in your outcome with the Queen of Swords. That's the other card I was looking for. Yes. Seven of Wands. All right. Page of Swords. And the Nine of Swords. Yeah. So the Eight of Cups. Like I said with this, it's going to take practice. There's no way you're going to figure out, okay, that's the thought process that's blocking my abundance, and you remove it right away. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some mental strength. But the good news is, this is where being in Mercury retrograde is super helpful. I would say one of the best times throughout the year to review, reflect, and revise your mind would be when Mercury is in retrograde. And that's why you do not be scared of cycles of astrology. And there are sometimes you're going to see those videos where they're like, I don't feed into fear. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of reader. I'm not that type of energy worker. So if you've always had that fear towards Mercury retrograde, I hope what I just said helps you turn that around. So if there has been any time for you to really reflect, review, revise, and release a thought process, it's during Mercury retrograde, and you're literally getting it at the perfect moment. The perfect moment. Because we're in Mercury retrograde from now until like July 25th or something. So majority of July, we will be in Mercury retrograde. And you have this energy of really needing to reroute your thoughts. And it's like, they're like, all right, here, we're giving you the perfect opportunity to do so. Because the energy of it is actually in the planets happening right now. And you can work with it. So I like this. I really like this. Let's see. The Eight of Cups. I just want to see where you're headed to the King of Cups. There it is. That emotional stabilization where you're not too much in the extremist energy of positive and you're not too much in the extremist negative energy. You're neutral. And when you're neutral is when you're in the flow. And the King of Cups, they know how to be neutral for sure. So there's definitely in your outcome showing not only a removal of that stress energy, because, you know, the mind will create a feeling, and then sometimes feelings create an action. Not everybody will do that, but in your outcome, it shows you not only rerouting a sense in your mind, but also rerouting a sense in how you feel towards work, how you feel towards making money, how you feel towards paying bills, or whatever the case may be. So you have some type of wish fulfillment coming through. There's a big, big energy of overcoming financial obstacles this month. And I don't know why I'm thinking about Mercury retrograde so hard, and it's just not leaving my mind, but I just feel like it's going to be helpful for you. Very helpful. So in terms of zodiac signs in your spread that could be around you or in your chart, you have Venus and, oh, why am I saying Venus? Strong Venus energy with the Empress coming through so much. Libra, Taurus, you have really strong Aries too. Leo, and Capricorn. So we're going to get your ending oracle now from the Starseed Oracle and see what we got for you there. And let's see. You have surrender to the sweetness. There you go. Venus energy. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. That's creepy. That I just said Venus energy before that card came through. All right, surrender to the sweetness. And that kind of is what your reading is about, you know? Staying neutral, surrendering to what's happening, not letting the thoughts overcome you, not letting energies of conflict take you down. So this is a sensual, highly feminine card, and look who you got in your overall energy, the feminine card of the Empress. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of light, to let the ever-abundant feminine take over. Wow, that's crazy. To taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer. Oh my God. And which you have within you when your well is full. Time is our precious resources, and it's our greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is going to be a time to take some time out. If you've been all play and no work, now could be the time to reconnect to your career, finance, and growth. It could be also time to reconnect to your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building that we forget to enjoy what we have built. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build a life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is wooing you back to the pleasures of being human, to focusing on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. Exactly. So that's why the swords are here. If you have been doing something, has just been creating unfulfilled moments, disconnection, no passion, no power, no purpose, and you got fired, or you quit, or you rerouted your energy, it was purposeful. Now I see more or less why the loved one in heaven comes through as well, and why you have the Fool here twice. Because the universe is saying, why do you think you cannot go down a path that makes you feel like not only you love what you do, but you love who you're around, you love your clients, you love what's happening, instead of hating it constantly. So surrender to the sweetness of the energy and the ever-abundant vibration that the earth has to offer for you. And if you have been doing things, or if you have been working in ways, shapes, and forms to make other people happy or to make society happy, now is the time to walk down that path and take that leap of faith on what you want to do. That's when you step into that divine energy of self. Because when you're caring about what society thinks is right, or how society feels like you should work, you're always not going to be happy about it because it's not what you want. You know, like, think about me here. I'm on YouTube, right? I read cards. I do this. I do that. You know how many people side-eye me? They're like, that's what you do? Like, question mark, question mark. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. And I absolutely love it. When I finish a reading, oh my God, my vibration is up the wall. It is feeling great. It is feeling amazing. Especially when readings come out real cool, right? Y'all know that from watching me. But that's what you need. That's the feeling you need to find, right? When I say bye, Leos, and I get off this reading, I'm like, yeah, let's have a sip of coffee. Let's go downstairs. Let's pet my cat. You know, I'm like having a great time. I'm not like, ugh, I got to do another reading. You know, that's the energy you got to find. And if you're in something or haven't been in something that gives you that energy of, the new path is available for you. Step into that energy of finding it. Your passed on loved one is going to help you do so. If you're already in that energy where you're feeling fueled, keep up the fueled energy, because there's something about the month of July that is really going to help you overcome financial obstacles, not only on the earthly plane, but in the mental energy of self and the emotional energy of self, and how you are in receival mode. So I would say to pay attention to the number 3. Because you have 21 here, which reduces down to a 3. And you also have the Empress that came in with number 3. You also have the 3 of Wands here as well. So you do have 3, 3, 3 in the spread. So, oh, you have 3, 3, 3, 3. Well, 3, 3, 3, and then the 21 reducing to 3. Whatever. Y'all get what I mean. So pay attention to that number. Thank you, my beautiful, amazing Leos. I will talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Have a good month ahead, wherever you are at in the world. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye now.